Hey everybody, it's Mike over here from Growtopia and I am back. I got all the plants that have to get transplanted brought over here. I got all my heliconias that I'm going to transplant into 2 different planters. I got all the stuff I need, I got all the soils, and I got the compost as well. And like I said, I got all my plants that are here. The first thing we're going to start off with is transplanting the trops. So the first one that I have is my lemon and my lime. They're going to go in their own separate buckets with their own little mixture, right? So here's our barrel, and hopefully the sun will position itself so it's not blinding everybody, I guess. Anyway, so here's our barrel. So now we have different things that we could put in here. We got a lot of different soils like this. Just crumple it up. The peat moss stuff is really great. So I'm just going to break a couple of these bags into here. Like I said, these are all pods from stuff that didn't grow this year, and I use it for transplanting at the end of the year or top dressing as well. But because I got stuff that needs to be transplanted, well, here we go. And you can just, the bags are all biodegradable. They take a little while to break down, but they're burlap. They're like a burlap material, so that's fine. Alright, so now we got a little nice base on the bottom, like such. Now we're going to come in with our compost. Okay, we got a compost in here. You can see there's like little bags that didn't break down yet. There's bones and stuff in here. Don't ask me where the bones came from. Don't ask the neighbor where the bones came from. Neighbor won't tell you, they're in the pail. So the next thing we're going to grab is whichever one first, right? So let's grab a spiky guy. So right here, we have is my lemon. Now as you can tell, there's like mouse, there's mushrooms, and this thing has extremely long thorns on it. I don't know if you guys could see them, but it is right here is one of the thorns. They're this long and very sharp. So now what I want to do is I want to clean the surface off. And this thing is like really stuck in here. This should have came out a while ago. So I don't want to yank on it because you could break the roots. So what I do is I put it upside down and I'm just going to shake. Shake. Man, maybe not. The roots are actually popping out the top of this thing. So sometimes you got to get a little creative. Bad plant. Oh shit. This is a prime example of root bound. The roots are actually coming up and out because they couldn't go down. And the ground in here is super hard. Now, if I'm not careful, I can actually damage the plant itself. I can't believe it's fucking 60 degrees outside and I'm sweating my ass off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push on the container, because either I break the container or I can get it out easy. There's a little light tugs here and there to feel it. I might have to actually break the container. There we go. Oofa. Dry on the bottom. And look at this. This is a prime example on why, ow, those spikes. Why root bounding is so bad in flower pots. Now, see what I'm going to do here is I'm not going to get crazy with it. Okay. I just want to rough it up a little. I'm not yanking on it. I'm not cutting it. I'm just rubbing my hand over it. Now this should have been repotted probably last year, and it's probably also the reason why this thing really hasn't been taking off that well. And if you look at it, it's extremely dry for a plant that's sitting in a planter and sitting in the ground. So that means that the water wasn't getting to it. But that's fine. We solved that problem anyway. Alright, now we're going to take all this material that we have, and instead of dumping it on the ground, I have a planter below me. Move it into the planter. Okay, now that we got our planter that we have that's all nice and moist. It's got the bones and stuff in it. We're looking at the size of that thing and we're going to go, you know what, we need a little more soil in here. Want a little bit more of a base on it. Jesus, fucking sweating like a mother now. Okay, now let's bring in the specky guy. Alright. It's the top of the piece that holds the tree straight up. Okay, so now that I got it nice in there, I'll run my finger around the edges and poke down under the plant, but I want to get it in here nice and tight. You might have to do some fisting action as well. And watch your face with these things. They're very sharp thorns. You don't want to cut your eye. These things are extremely sharp. They'll cut your cornea. I mean, not a good day for you. Take my tag out. Make sure we're straight. Ish. Alright, now we're going to come back with some backfill. I'm going to fill it up to the base of it. Just to the base of the tree, right above the root matter that's on top. I don't want it too high on it, but I want enough to cover those roots up so that it can flourish from here. Now what's good is it's going into nice moist soil. It's still going to get watered tomorrow because that's when I water my tropicals indoors. I water them on Sunday in the morning every week, just enough so it'll be good. All right, slide our tag back in, and that is it for our lemon. Just like that. See how it's planted in there? It's all nice and straight. Now we grab our next one. Using the pot planter from the last one, we're going to go inside and we're going to rough up the soil. I want to make sure all the soil is nice and loose, it's nice and roughed up. Material's all nice and moved around, as we did before. Dump some bags in here. The next one we have is our lemon. Lemon? Lime. That was the lemon. Whew. I am sweating my ass off in 60-degree weather. It's insane. Ay, ay, ay. Very back-breaking work, very strenuous, but when you've done it for a while, it's not bad. It's a good exercise if you're trying to get into getting yourself moving around again. Definitely doing this will do it to you. There's our compost. Some weird giant thing that looks like a turd. So this is just breaking down organic matter, and it's still going to be breaking down. But what the nice thing with the compost is it's everything that comes from the garden. It's all the plants that I chop down every year and I put them in the compost. Well, actually first they go down, then they get mowed into the bag. It's the grass, it's the leaves, it's the food that we didn't eat. It's the chicken bones and stuff like that, and steak bones that go in here. And it's just nice organic matter that just constantly keeps breaking down. And it's all good nutrients. And I got a bone to pick with y'all. Alright. Let's see if we can just grab this guy and slip it, or it's going to be a pain in my tuchus. Alright, here's our lime. Put the lime in the pot and drink it all up. Weeds growing in it. Good shit. See how this guy comes out. Ooh. Well, it's got roots coming out the bottom, so that was good. But see how bad the root bounding is on here. Not as bad as the last one, but definitely some root bounding. And luckily it was able to go out the bottom, so that was good for the plant. Tree, bush, whatever. Alright. Bring our pot in. As before, push it down nicely. Fist the soil around it. You're packing it in is what you're doing. Okay. Alright. Just the lime, you're going to need a new tag, but that tag is good for now. And like that, the lime is now done. Okay, now for the exciting part, the banana. And after I'm done playing with my banana, I hope you guys play with your banana too. You're playing with your banana while watching me play with my banana. But I'm not going to lie, my banana is really thick and it's really heavy. And it got bigger this year. I know, it's a weird thing to say, but my banana got really big this year. It went from really small to like really thick. And really fucking heavy. So let's grab our bucket, get our bucket ready. I'm just going to pull this out, stick it in here. Honestly, because it's going right back in there anyway. I'll rough up the soil in here. Now the lemon and the lime have been sitting on those pots for probably about a year and a half, almost 2 years. And the banana, I think it might be the same. I would have to check the record book. So being how the lemon and the lime came out, I can't wait to see how my banana is going to come out. It's going to be really interesting how deep it is in there, or how much it doesn't want to come out. So grab my banana, and let me pull my banana out. You guys can see how big this thing is. Oh, shithole. Oh. Now my banana, as you can see next to my face, wasn't that big in the beginning of the year. That's quite a banana right there. So I always like to do is like to clean it up very carefully. You don't want to yank on stuff too hard. If it comes off nice and easy, that's great. If you can't get it to come off, you take your clippers that you misplace all the time and you cut it off. Okay. Get all the weeds out. This thing, I don't think it's going to go easy. I don't think this is going to come out easy. And the problem with bananas is that they're very fragile. So not only is my banana leaning, which we're going to correct that, but also it's going to be very fragile at this state. So it's a dwarf Cavendish banana. It actually will grow a banana to eat, but we haven't got there yet. So a very expensive plant, mind you. Banana tree, very expensive tree. So if you're doing this for customers, or you want to get into doing this as a business, I highly suggest you do a lot of research. Maybe work at a nursery and learn that when you go to lay down your bananas, you don't want the tree just hanging on the ground. So basically I'm holding my banana in my hand as I'm rotating the bucket, and slowly finding the sweet spot. Now, I don't want to break it. So, right, trying to get, I felt it sliding. There's a rolling method. Now, if you're not doing this on the table and you're doing this on the ground, it's a lot easier on the ground because you could step on the pail with your body weight with your foot. But instead I'm pushing down just to give it more dramatic look. Okay, we got a little bit of slippage, so I'm slowly sliding my banana out of the hole very carefully, supporting the root. Well, you may not be able to see this, I don't care. Okay. Successful pullout. And the planter decided to go run to Mexico. So you can see exactly how big this bottom section is. And I'm not going to tear this thing down. I'm not going to rip it up. I just want to see how the roots are in here. Make sure that it's not getting root bound. It's definitely got a little rootness around the top of it. So what I'm doing is I'm pulling the roots out around the top. Just kind of massage them out because they are kind of gotten a little root boundy. Now you're going to say, well, how's it not going to get root bound in that pot? Well, you're right. But the pots have a big bottom, holes on the bottom. And I could always, when I go to put it outside, put a lot more holes in it for more drainage. So now, and that's where most of that weight is in that clay base of that pot. So I'm looking at the size, and I know that you guys can't see what I'm talking about. I know that it's going to fill almost the whole planter. So I'm going to have to take some soil out, but not a lot. I still need a base in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to level it out as best I can and just keep taking soil out. Okay. Now we can see that the banana is kind of leaning on one side. So what I got to do is I got to make sure when I position my banana in the hole that it's sitting as straight as possible and it's not like this. The problem is if my banana is leaning too much, it runs the risk of when it gets to full growth, it falls over all the time every time the wind blows. So now, be careful part. I was grabbing this, which was stupid. Don't do that. I was just trying to think of support in my head, but you know what? I'm going to go from the bottom. Sometimes it's better to pick your girl up from the bottom than grab her by her neck. Oh. Now, as you can see, that is above the pot, and that's a problem. It's a problem because I don't want it to be above the pot. I want it to be below the pot. If I take out more soil, then all I'm doing is just putting this into a planter that's a smidge bigger. So let's pull it back out and let's get rid of some of the bottom. Get rid of some of this clay. Okay, now we got her on our side. We're going to see what's in the bottom here, and like I said, it's a very clay base, which is good for holding in moisture. We're going to incorporate that back into the planter, but we're not going to have that a lot on the bottom. Now I'm looking at the bottom, and my bottom is about knuckle deep, which is here, which isn't bad. So I'm going to take out, I'm going to put the soil back into the planter, and I'm going to take out more from here. And like I said, we're going to be using that. So what I'm doing is I'm going to squeeze and massage the bottom of my banana. I don't want to disturb the roots. I just want to remove the clay that's in the bottom. Like I said, you don't want to damage anything. You just want to massage it. Massage. All I'm doing is I just want to drop the height of it. So I'm going to massage the bottom, just like you're kind of massaging your scalp. You know, you're a hairdresser and you're massaging the scalp of your client. Well, that's the same concept here. You don't want to damage the roots. So we got a very thin base now, okay, and it's dropped a lot of weight, which is good. Now we got to bring our pot back in. It's here, balancing it, holding it there. Okay, how's that look? Way better now, right? Now that we got it lower in the pot and we put more soil in it, now we could start playing with our banana again. So I want my banana straight. So I got it there. So I'm going to start taking this clay and I'm going to start putting it on top, and I'm pushing it down below until I can get it to stay where I want it, nice and straight. Move this. I can't get to my clay soil here. Now, of course, not all of this is going to fit in here, but that's fine. Now make sure you're fisting down nicely so that it evens it out. Constantly keep sticking your fingers around the edges and constantly keep putting your fist down into it. Make sure it's nice and sturdy. Okay, top dress with some soil. And that's it. I don't want to go too high up on the stem of it. I still want some of the base being visible. Anything that's like got roots and junk in it, I don't mind. But put some nice soil around it, like such. And that's it for my banana. My banana has been replanted. That's it for this video. Everybody like, subscribe, share it with your friends and family. This is Mike from Growtopia. I'm going to stick my banana in the corner. The next video will be coming. More to come, more tropicals, even citronella plants. Fake birds of paradise, lobster heliconias, citronella plants that are huge. Even got peanut plants too, and also other crops to pick as well, such as radishes and possibly rutabagas. Anyway guys, stay tuned, more to come. This is Mike from Growtopia. Like, subscribe, share it with your friends and family. Get out there and grow something like I do.